Hey everybody, I'm Connie Willis with Joanne, and this is Create and Craft TV. Today we're going to do one of over 1,000 projects that you can find on joanne.com, and keep in mind we have over 860 stores across the U.S., so that's your go-to store. And of course we all know it's not just a 5 to 10 minute little stop in Joann's. It's always a lot of fun, it's always an adventure, extremely inspirational, because you can create crafts that match your personality, or you can give that craft to somebody else and it matches their personality. Today, the project we're going to do is letters. It's a big deal. Everybody loves letters, whether it's their initial or, well, what I'm going to do is B for bathroom, and maybe bath. I have a really nice window that goes, you know, kind of recedes in, and there's really nice little things on that shelf, and this would fit just perfectly in there with neat little designs and the little character and personality that I want to add to it. So let me show you what you can do with this. Keep in mind this is on joanne.com, one of the many projects you can look at. Now what we do on online is we have beads, so we have different color beads. We have a cream color, white color. I went ahead and got some white ones as well because it kind of looks bubbly, like a bubble bath. You can add different, some black beads too. It's up to you. Go ahead and pick your colors. This is what we did on the website though. Now, I am into shells because I used to live on an island at one point in Florida, and this reminds me of living there. So what I did is I found some nice shells. A little heavier piece, so you have to continue to keep that in mind when you want to go ahead and lay it on the project. But we'll talk about that in just a few seconds. Keep in mind you can do glitters, keep the colors that you want. The other tools that we need for this project are going to be nice little paint brushes. These are about $4 for $1 at Joann's. And Mod Podge. This is fantastic. It's our glue, it's our sealant. It comes in matte, gloss, glitter, and now they've got some great colors that it can dry antique. It can also dry in like a pastel blue, pink, yellow, green. It's just really cool. Mod Podge is the way to go. It's your glue and also your sealant. And they also have it for indoor, outdoor, fabrics, tons of accessories that we have for you at Joann's with Mod Podge. Another great tool to have, get you some old tweezers, find them somewhere, old, that's all you need. You know, most of those don't work anyway, so that's perfect. That's what you can use them for. Here, as you can see, I went ahead and took the beads out. There are different colors in there. I like the cream, so you can barely see a little cream against the white. I like to put these in glass bowls because then I can see them at all times, and sometimes I decide to change what I'm doing and maybe add some things together just because I'm seeing them visually at all times in my eye, so I kind of change things along the way, and that's what's great about creating and crafts. So here I went ahead and put the shells into my clear bowl as well so I can keep those in my eyesight. And here we go. We're going to take the bee. If you take a look here, I've already started working on this because I want to show you how easy this is. Now, because I went ahead and chose the shells, they're a little heavier, so I'm going to need a lot more Mod Podge than normal, because if you're just going to use glitter, if you're just going to use, even the beads are pretty light too, so you're not going to use as much Mod Podge. Your layer is not going to be that thick. But when you're using the shells or even river rock, because I thought about doing that too, well, you're going to need a little bit more with the Mod Podge. Now, these are wonderful brushes. We have plenty of these at Joann's, and when I was talking to one of the ladies that work there, and by the way, keep in mind, all the people that work at Joann's, they all know what they're doing. Whether they're young or old, they're all into crafts, and it's fantastic because the girl I talked to, she used Mod Podge all the time, and she also uses these brushes with it. So I knew it was going to work as soon as I talked to her. So you go ahead and get some Mod Podge on there. If you notice, I'm going to put it on there pretty thick. Don't worry if it goes off the edges, and if it goes on here, it doesn't matter because it's going to dry white or clear. So I'm going to put, it's going to be even thicker than you're used to probably doing, but remember that shell is very, very thick and heavy. So what I do now is I grab some of the shell, and I like to drop it and see where it falls kind of naturally. And even though it's all off onto the sides, I don't care. It's going to be natural. I'm going to do a couple different layers of this. And after about 10-20 minutes, what I'll do is I'll come back just, shake it up a little bit. Sometimes you need to form it a bit. Don't forget, those of us that have nails, to put on our little latex gloves. I forgot to put mine on. There you go. Good looking, latex. Stays good looking, due to latex, right? So I like to, at that point, move things around so I can keep the shape of my bee. You do have to be careful about that. If you put too much on, all of a sudden you lose the shape of your number or the shape of your letter. So we'll let that dry for maybe 10-20 minutes, just depending again on whatever the particular personality craft, I like to call it, that you put on there. It's going to take a little longer possibly to dry or not. If you just put glitter on there, it's going to take no time. Now, when it comes to Mod Podge, after it does dry, it's your sealant. So what you're going to do is, because this has been overnight for me, so what I'll do, once I'm done and everything's nice and hard on there, I'll put that on and I will cover the entire thing as white as you see that right there. Do not think that that's a big problem, because that's perfect. It will dry clear. And like I said, if we went ahead and got the one that's antique, or we got the Mod Podge that's pink or blue, or it's green, and also there's a teal in there too, it's going to have that hue on there. So it's going to really, really look nice. Now let me show you the final result over here. You're going to like this. Here it is. Isn't that beautiful? Now, what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to stick it into the window in the bathroom. I can also put it into my bedroom, or my boyfriend's name is Brad, so it kind of works okay there too. But I love the style. It reminds me of where I used to live in Florida on an island, shell, so it's really, kind of a me thing. I also picked the matte Mod Podge over the gloss because that looks so natural to me. Now on the website, what we show you are beads, and that's how I did this one for you. I used the beads. When you do make the beads, make sure that you have something like this, and you lay it here when you're placing your beads on there and dropping them like I was doing it with the shell, because it's going to go, the beads go everywhere. In fact, I'll show you right now. Watch this. They go everywhere. And the different sizes that you have, hopefully you don't have a dog or baby walking around. So this is what will save that. And what you want to do as well is make sure you have some, wet some paper towels or wet some sort of washcloth, stick it down there so it won't bounce. So that's your easy way out from there. So I like too the bubbly look on here. Now I was going to make this more even, because you go back after they dry and add some more using your tweezers, and that's so much fun to add the pearls along the way. You feel like a true artist at this point. But I decided not to go level all over, because doesn't it look more like bubbles this way? And I have a wonderful candle that looks like a champagne glass. And well, it is a champagne glass with the candle's actually champagne. And putting that next to this will be gorgeous. In fact, my niece is getting married soon. She's going to have a bridal shower. When she saw this, she thought I was making it for her. I was not, actually. However, I think I'm going to wrap this up because she loved it so much and give it to her at her bridal shower. It actually will work, so I'll just make myself another one. So here you go, one project out of 1,000 on joann.com that you can get done in less than an hour, depending on what the crafts that you put on here, what the tools you use. But it's going to be a fun one. You're going to like it. It's very rewarding. I'm Connie Willis on Create and Craft TV with Joann.